Ashwin said, once upon a time when cricket was played, all your teammates were friends. Now they are colleagues. There's a big difference because here are people there are to advance themselves and stride ahead of another person sitting to your right or left. So nobody's got the time to say, okay boss, what are you up to? Then he continues, he says, however, tomorrow when I hang up my boots, the first thing I will regret is having been such a fine batter. I should have never become a bowler, Ashwin said. It's being dropped from the WTC final, just a stumbling block. I will move on because I have gone through that, and when somebody knocks you down for the first time, you have a knee-jerk reaction. Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Ashwin has given an interview to Indian Express after being dropped of the WTC final and squad, and he's back home. So he has spoken to Indian Express and he has given some shocking statements. We'll go through all that. So we'll cover up and I will give my reactions to that interview of Ravichandran Ashwin. So let's get into it. So I will just read what he has spoken in the interview to the Indian Express. I will just cover it up. So these are his statements, right? So I will start. So he starts with a true story. So this is a true story. One day I was watching the India-Sri Lanka game and India's bowling was in tatters. My favorite was Sachin Tendulkar, and whatever runs he used to make, we used to leak those runs with the ball. I used to think one day I must be a bowler. Can't I be better than the bowlers that are there currently? This is very childish way to think, but that is how I thought, and this is why I started bowling off spin. This is where it began, he said. Then he continues, he says, however, tomorrow when I hang up my boots, the first thing I will regret is having been such a fine batter. I should have never become a bowler, Ashwin said. It's being dropped from the WTC final, just a stumbling block. I will move on because I have gone through that, and when somebody knocks you down for the first time, you have a knee-jerk reaction. As someone who thinks deeply about his craft and the sport itself, Ashwin said his sincerity has been mocked as overthinking and used to deprive him of leadership chances. He continues, he says, a lot of people marketed me and positioned me an overthinker. A person who knows that they will get only 2 games will be traumatized and will be overthinking because it's my job. It was created to work against me, right? And as I said, there have been statements that people have made all along when leadership is a question that's come my way. There have been people out there telling my name is not the first name on the sheet when now India tour abroad, Ashwin said. Then he continues, he says he admitted that being dropped frequently and negative perceptions about him had left him traumatized. I am a lot more chill than I used to be, a lot more relaxed than I ever have been sitting here today. I realized how much of toll it had taken on me mentally, to the point where I was traumatized. But I am very glad to have come through that and discovered a new me. Then our telling statement which he has given in the interview. In a telling statement on the interaction with the current team, Ashwin said, once upon a time when cricket was played, all your teammates were friends. Now they are colleagues. There's a big difference because here are people there are to advance themselves and stride ahead of another person sitting to your right or left. So nobody's got the time to say, okay boss, what are you up to? So this is what he had to tell to Indian Express on his so a lot of key statements he has made, right? He's said he would regret being a bowler. He said before when cricket used to be played, they used to be friends. Now they are colleagues. He gets traumatized. Guys, this is coming. Just take into note, this is coming from an Indian legend, who's legend of the game, who thinks a lot of cricket. He's well educated. He's well qualified, and he's getting this kind of experience. Guys, I am literally shocked. This is happening in Indian squad now. I am more shocked because the team is managed by Rahul Dravid. I never expected a statement like this from Ravichandran Ashwin or for that matter any other player to come out that they are colleagues and they don't care about others, right? Those are damning statements, guys, and something needs to be taken care about this because youngsters are coming through the ranks, and if they play in this kind of environment, I don't think they are going to grow as cricketers. And that is what Gambhir had said, right, in that interview, saying it's individual based game and there are so much ego in that dressing room right now. And I'm actually literally shocked because these are horrible statements from a world-class team. India are deemed to be number one in almost all the formats, right? And it's coming from that side, and it's coming from a player who is a legend of the game and who is on top of his crafts no matter what. So him telling before when they used to play they were friends and now they are colleagues, that's a huge statement, guys. That's a really huge statement, because what does that mean? That means they don't care for each other. They just play for themselves. They just play for their career success, and they don't care what other player is up to or what kind of development they will get under them. So, and I can't sit and tell here that how true it is, but it's coming from Ashwin. It's got to be true, and he's an open-hearted person, and he always gives 100% no matter what, and he always plays with that passion, and that's what he's telling. That sincerity to his game and his passion has deemed him as an overthinker, and for that reason he has never been put his name across. Like no one tells his name for leadership roles. So, guys, this is coming from a person who you never think of will talk like this, because he's really well sorted. He knows what he's talking. He's a really good talker, and he knows what he's talking. So that's why I'm telling this even more damning, because these all things are true, and that shows in the result, right? That shows in how they are playing at the moment. I'm not really sure what's the issue here, or he has given this damning statement. I don't think will he get another chance in an Indian squad, because he's almost at his end of his career, and I don't know whose fault it is. Maybe because there are so many people who work for Indian side, right? For example, coach. There will be physiotherapy. There will be someone who teaches them yoga. There will be someone who looks after the mental side of things. So many things. So many people are involved. So I don't know like what area of Indian cricket is wrong, but as of now, because they were in really good shape, right? Suddenly it's going downhill. I don't know what's the issue. Maybe they need to change the team setup, team management, get in a fresh lot of players, because this is a huge statement given by Ashwin, because it's going to affect youngsters. Because before how it used to be, they used to play as a team. That core, that understanding, that camaraderie, everything was there. But now he's telling they treat you as colleagues. That what does that mean? After you leave the team, they are not in touch, or they are just doing their jobs. It's become like that. They are not playing as a team. There's no asking, okay, how are you? What are you up to? Are you okay? Or there's no proper communication. That's what it means. And he's telling he regrets. Ashwin has said he regrets being a bowler. Guys, a legendary status bowler is telling like that. What does that mean? It clearly says they have not respected his bowling, right? That's a clear thing. What we can make out from that statement, where he says he regrets being a bowler, because in India it's all batters, and cricket has become a batters game. So you can perceive it in 2-3 ways, where he says bowlers are going out of the game. And that's why I keep telling guys, this impact rule in IPL, flat pitches, all these kind of things, guys. Test matches have two new balls, but still it's becoming more of a batter's game, guys. It should be a leveler. It should be a great leveler between bat and ball. Then only you can make the battle equal, right? So what I perceive it is as Indian management have not respected his bowling. He's the number one test bowler, and they keep dropping him in abroad games. So he says he gets traumatized, because he feels he has to play, and one more thing is he only plays test matches. And when you take him to the squad, he's the number one test bowler. You should give him chance, and he's a person who will obviously overthink, because he's such a good talker, and he gives his 100% in each game, and he plays to win the game for Indian cricket. And and he's such a gifted person, right? He has so much knowledge about cricket. So people take it as overthinking, and that's the reason he gets dismissed from a captaincy role or a leadership role, and they keep dropping him from abroad matches. So it's really shocking, these statements made by Ravichandran Ashwin. Put in your thoughts, guys. What do you feel? What's wrong with current Indian team management, or Did you guys feel this was about to come? Because everyone are talking. Harbhajan spoke about spinning tracks. Sunil Gavaskar was so upset. Change of captaincy, no ICC trophy over a decade. So many things happening. Players coming and talking. Ambati Raidu, again he spoke about some issues with the team management. That's the reason he didn't get picked up for 2019 World Cup. He came out and spoke. So guys, players are speaking out and the truths are coming out. I'm not really sure what's going to happen in future. Maybe some other player, because Ridhiman Saha also had some issues, right? With some Rahul Dravid gave some statements. So I don't know what's wrong, but this is what I think about Ravichandran Ashwin's statement, that he's really hurt and he felt he should have played that finals and he would have contributed in a much better way to a winning cause for Indian team. And he says the three crucial statement which he has made, right? He gets traumatized and he is deemed to be seen as an overthinker, and once again calling it out that he says teams before playing cricket they were friends, now they treat everyone as colleagues. So it clearly says how it's going for future. It's money, it's more money based, it's more of a selfish game, right? As the cricket is going front and as the money is coming in, people are just wanting to play for themselves and their performances. They're not caring about the team, they're not caring about the youngsters coming through, they're not taking care, and they are not respecting people. So again, that is one more huge thing, right? What does that mean? That means you're not respecting an experienced player, respecting a legendary status player. It doesn't matter legendary or youngsters. When you go into that 15, when you go into that team environment, everyone should be equal. It should not be, okay, you are senior, you are junior. That should be never been the case, and that should not be the case at all. So a huge interview from Ashwin. Again, so many players talking. Gambhir spoke, Ashwin is talking the truth. So what does that mean? Again, that Gambhir, whatever he spoke, it states fact, right? And more truths are coming about. I think it's time for change, guys. It's time to freshen up the things, get in more youngsters, get in more fresh faces, change the team management around. It's been now, I don't know what to say actually, because I am really disappointed, because by the way, not because how he spoke, but I am understanding what the situation is in the dressing room, right? Because it's coming from Ashwin. So again, what's your thoughts on that, guys? What do you feel about this statement made by Ashwin, and what do you think the changes should be made for Indian cricket going forward? Should the team management change? Should the captain change? What's the issue? What's happening inside the dressing room? Put in your thoughts, put it in the comment section. I thought I will react to this interview by Ravichandran Ashwin given to Indian Express.